Hey, you got to be careful traveling through Florida if you are a person of color or whatever, because of the draconian possible new immigration law. The ACLU's statement and travel warning came in response to Florida Senate Bill 168 and House Bill 527, which prohibit sanctuary policies, prohibit it, and require states. It prohibits. You do not have a safe zone. And it requires state, local governmental, and law enforcement agencies to help support federal immigration law. ACLU issued a travel warning Monday in which it warned Black, Brown, Latino people to use caution when traveling in Florida because of a draconian immigration bill that could become law. You may not be safe there in Florida. It's an immigration bill. It's, I don't know, it's legal immigration, illegal. All right, Candace Owens, this is pretty neat. I want to play this. It's yesterday. Candace Owens, Rex Dem Ted Lieu after he plays Hitler comment on cell phone. On Tuesday, conservative firebrand Candace Owens ripped into Democrat Ted Lieu, California, for playing a clip of past comments she made about nationalism and Adolf Hitler, which Owens says were purposefully taken out of context. Let's play that video.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In congressional hearings, the minority party gets to select its own witnesses. And of all the people that Republicans could have selected, they picked Candace Owens. I don't know Miss Owens. I'm not going to characterize her. I'm going to let her own words do the talking. So I'm going to play for you the first 30 seconds of a statement she made about Adolf Hitler.
I agree. I actually don't have any problems at all with the word nationalism. I think that it gets, the definition gets poisoned by elitists that actually want globalism. Globalism is what I don't want. So when you think about, whenever we say nationalism, the first thing people think about, at least in America, is Hitler. You know, he was a National Socialist, but if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. He wanted to globalize. He wanted everybody to be German, everybody to be speaking German.
All right, so my first question is to Ms. Hirschenoff. Ms. Owens said, quote, if Hitler just wanted to make Germany great and have things run well, okay, fine. The problem is that he had dreams outside of Germany. So when people try to legitimize Adolf Hitler, does that feed into white nationalist ideology?
It does, Mr. Lieu. I know that Ms. Owens distanced herself from those comments later, but we expressed great concern over the original comments.
Great, thank you.
Ms. Owens, I'm sorry. We just started recording. Would you like time to respond to that?
Yes, I think it's pretty apparent that Mr. Lieu believes that black people are stupid and will not pursue the full clip in its entirety. He purposely presented an extracted clip.
The witness will suspend for a moment. It is not proper to refer disparagingly or to a member of the committee. The witness will not do that again. Witness may continue.
Sure, even though I was called despicable.
Witness may not refer to a member of the committee as stupid.
I didn't refer to him as stupid. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. You didn't listen to what I said. May I continue?
Please.
As I said, he is assuming that black people will not go pursue the full 2-hour clip. And he purposefully he cut off, and you didn't hear the question that was asked of me. He's trying to present as if I was launching a defense of Hitler in Germany, when in fact, the question that was asked of me was pertaining to whether or not I believed that whether or not I believed in nationalism, and that nationalism was bad. And what I responded to was that I do not believe that we should be characterizing Hitler as a nationalist. He was a homicidal, psychopathic maniac that killed his own people. A nationalist would not kill their own people. That is exactly what I was referring to in the clip, and he purposely wanted to give you a cut-up similar to what they do to Donald Trump to create a different narrative. That was unbelievably dishonest, and he did not allow me to respond to it, which is worrisome and should tell you a lot about where people are today in terms of trying to drum up narratives. By the way, I would like to also add that I work for Prager University, which is run by an Orthodox Jew. Not a single Democrat showed up to the embassy opening in Jerusalem. I sat on a plane for 18 hours to make sure that I was there. I'm deeply offended by the insinuation of revealing that clip without the question that was asked of me.
Sometimes you gotta just sit back and watch a good ass kicking. You just gotta sit back. That was a Nadler. I'm telling you, they are exposing themselves to being the jackasses that they are. I wanted to do that one because you know what? Trying to make her look anti-Semitic, really? Trying to make her look I mean, black people will not listen, she said, and that black people they think black people are stupid. Absolutely not. They tried to make her look anti-Semitic there. A couple little notes before we close. Trump's approval rating now higher than Barack Obama's approval rating at any point in his third year as president. You're not going to see this. 53%. President Donald Trump's approval rating went to 53 on Tuesday. Now, let me say this. I'm going to take it up to a level that maybe I'm off the mark. Anytime the President of the United States approval rating is reported at 1%, it is higher than reported. Because remember, there's the people that won't talk. They don't want bothered. They think you could track their phone. They don't want bothered. They don't think it's a coincidence if they say they're voting for Donald Trump or they like President Trump that somebody knocks on their door or somebody sends them a nasty letter. They don't think that's a coincidence in the artificial world of intelligence today. So if the President of the United States has reached 53% approval rating, I'm going for 60%. Now, I might be pushing the top end. I know, I can hear it already. But I'm going for 60%. 53%. This was a 7-point higher than President Obama after the same point in his presidency. Now, the one thing I want to bring up about the approval rating that's important, not just to say he's at 53%. As soon as the Mueller report came out or was delivered to the Department of Justice, the Attorney General, and William Barr wrote his 4-page summary basically exonerating Trump, and the president ran with the narrative, which, you know, you want to control the story. I understand that. I get it. I don't blame the president and his team and his attorneys with going out there with the fully exonerated. Good, go for it, okay? Because one, I believe he's been fully exonerated. But that being said, after that, if you watch the deep state media, they ran story after story about how Trump got no bump in the polls. Now, as I tell you, I know many of you don't watch. I do. I watch Morning Joe every morning. I understand. Don't get mad because I want to see where the enemy is going. Rachel Maddow's ratings are nosediving in the tank after the Mueller report came out. I watch CNN, all of these shows, so I can see where the enemy is on these subjects. Morning Joe and CNN were blowing up with, okay, although this was very good news for the president, what is one thing we have not seen? A bump in the polls for him. This did not give him a bump in the polls. Joe Scarborough said himself, you know, normally something like this would bump the president way up in the polls. We've seen nothing. And then they'll speak for you. I love it. If you'll listen, they speak for you all the time. The American people need to see. The American people have the right to see. The American people are asking the question. They'll say a poll. They'll put a poll and say, the American people have answered this way. They speak for you all the time if you listen close the way they say it. And Scarborough said the American people did not give Trump a bump in the poll. This is not being reported. I watched him this morning. Nowhere. Do you think there's a headline on CNN, a headline on ABC, CBS this morning, any of their morning shows? Okay? Right after one of their little cooking segments or the little pet segment or whatever they're doing next? No. Is there a headline says President Trump gets big bump in the polls after Mueller releases report stating there's been no Russian collusion with the Trump campaign and the President of the United States? No, it's not out there. President Obama never reached 53% in his entire third year as president. His socialist ideals failed, and America were feeling it, okay? Never reached it. The President of the United States has. All right, one more. I wanted to get out one more here. You got the ACLU. We got that. Let me get out one more. I had another one. Benjamin Netanyahu, we know that he won. This is not true, folks, okay? You're going to see that this is Buttigieg. Put him back up with that headline. What number is he there? Put him back up. I can't remember his number there, Josh. There he is. Thanks a lot. This is Mayor Pete out of Indiana, South Bend, Indiana, okay? Buttigieg attracting praise from an unexpected audience, conservatives. Not true, okay? 4/10/19, that's today, at 5:09 a.m. this morning, Katie Galato, whatever her name is, from Politico, all right? He's called the Green New Deal a sound framework of confronting climate change. He's called for abolishing the Electoral College and has endorsed the ideal of single-payer health care, and he's openly gay. But Pete Buttigieg is getting praise, rare praise, from some unlikely voices, conservatives. Not true. Not true. They are trying to shape this person, okay? They are trying to shape this candidate. They are trying to turn this candidate into something he is not. He's not a conservative, folks. He does not have conservative values. And like I said, here is an article this morning, and this is on the Daily Caller. Is Buttigieg gay enough to make up for his white male privilege? The left can't decide. That article is out there. Watch how they keep trying to frame this candidate. Watch how they keep doing it. Now, I tell you this morning, all jokes aside, the LGBTQ community should add F. It should be LGBTQF. And the F stands for Flamer. I'm just telling you. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We'll be back tomorrow morning. And now remember, tomorrow morning we will be, show them one more time how to get in touch with us throughout the day, anything today. If they want to send it to us, email us, or follow us on social media. Tomorrow we will be at the Gilmer County Library, where we will be doing the show live there from 8 to 10, and Friday, Circuit World of Blue Ridge. And by the way, for you people up there in Fannin County, I'm going to be doing a segment tomorrow on we're starting to get into the political season where people are talking about running for office. Former chairman of Fannin County, Bill Simons, has confirmed, yes, he is running. That's the message I got. He is running. I got that yesterday from him. So we'll be back tomorrow morning. Take us out of here, Josh.